And good day. We'll go live at 1 o'clock. I hope. Hopefully everything's good with you. If you are here and joining me today, say hi in the chat. Let me know that you are out and about. If you're watching this as a recording, tell me what you would like. Well, both of you, whether you're watching it live or as a recording, tell me what you would like me to do. What questions do you have that you would like me to answer on your behalf, if I can? And of course, it has things to do with safety, compliance, trucking, getting your CVOR, what needs to be in the driver file, any of those types of things. You could leave me a comment and I would be happy to assist. Let me turn on do not disturb there. Okay, so I won't get any more email notifications that will distract me. So if you're out there, say hi in the comments and we'll get started in just a few seconds. I try to go live every Monday at 1. Don't make it every Monday, but I try. The other thing, what do you think of my Santa beard? I've decided to grow it because we have a Santa outfit in the house that I didn't know about. And I thought, well, there's some newborn babies that won't be going to see Santa this year in the malls. So I thought with a costume already in the house, if I just grew my beard a little longer, it may be okay. All right, so it is now 1 o'clock, I do believe, or thereabouts. Anyways, good day. It's Chris, Safety Dog here. Welcome to another Safety Dog Live, and I see we have a viewer. That's awesome. Let me just go to share my screen a little bit. And that's not the one I want, of course. You always have to share the right screen. So there, we will start with our Secrets of Safety Dog at 1 o'clock. And of course, I shouldn't be on the screen at the moment, but what the heck? It is what it is. You screw up when you are doing live video. It is November the 30th today. Can you believe tomorrow is December the 1st? To me, that's just unbelievable. This is over. The KRTS Safety Dog virtual meeting is now over. It was a huge success. The tape or the recording is going to be available until December the 31st. So if you're a driver out there and you haven't watched your presentation yet, or the presentation yet, it is available until November the 30th through KRTS. And as I say, it was a great success. KRTS and I, we held this virtual safety meeting through Zoom. We had over 100 drivers watch it on Friday. We had almost 150 watch it again on Saturday, or join us on Saturday when we were actually live on the Friday and the Saturday. And we have 700 or 800 all told registered for the event, and they will be watching the replay until December the 31st. And if you want to still get your drivers in on this, please reach out to Kim at KRTS and maybe we can do something for you. All right, so next we go to the news, and as I think I said last week, I really wanted to try to get the news down to just one thing, but really there was two this week that really caught my eye, and I wanted to talk a little bit about. This one here, if I bring the title up, this lady got a $12,000 bill for an air ambulance as she was sick while she was visiting her parents. If I remember, she's from Ontario, and she went down to see her parents, and she got a $12,000 bill for an air ambulance. Well, of course, that is a significant bill, and the reason I'm bringing it up here is what happens to truck drivers who are out of province or out of country. So please make sure you have third-party insurance of some sort to cover you while you are ill. I really think that's important. And I've put the link in the show notes below if you wanted to see that. But yeah, I can imagine getting a $12,000 bill would also be shocking. The other thing I really wanted to point out today was this one here, where this Brownsville attorney announces an information update. And this attorney, their whole business is built on suing trucking companies. So that's what this is all about. Trucking accidents are the nightmare scenario for many individual drivers. And when they are talking about drivers in this case, they are looking at car drivers. So you know that you're being targeted as a trucking company, and there's another example of that. All right, that was that. Let's get to, oh, the SMS got updated today. So if you are a carrier that crosses border and goes to the US, the new safety management scores are out as of today. So under the new format that I announced 3 weeks ago now, this is week 3 of the new format, I said I'm going to have very specific topics and try to get deep into the secrets of how to do things as a safety consultant. So for the last 2 weeks, and this is week 3, how to prepare for a CVOR audit. And as I have said, each week there are 3 components to that MTO safety audit. The first one is maintenance, and that was the topic of week 1. If you want to find that video, it's further back in Facebook or on YouTube, of course. QR&R stands for qualifications, records, and reporting. That was last week's subject. And this week, we're talking about the hours of service. So that's what it is. Let's get to the hours of service. The first thing is QMOE in the hours of service. Well, what the heck does that acronym stand for? It is the quantified margin of error. And of course, all of this information is taken directly out of the CVOR safety manual. If you need a copy of that, send me an email, and I would be happy to forward you the website that you can view that. All right, but the qualified margin of error is the difference between difference in hours between what the driver reports on their daily log and the time indicated on the supporting source documents. Anything over 15 minutes is a problem. So the first thing you've got to do when you're looking at hours of service is you've got to perform your own audit to see if the drivers are in line with the 13, 14, and 16-hour rule. So that's the first thing. Are they legal, basically, in the 13, 14, and 16-hour rule? Then the second one you've got to be looking at, are they legal for the week or weeks, depending on which cycle they are running in. Cycle 1, of course, is 70 hours in 7 days, and cycle 2 is 120 in 14 days. So are they over that? And thanks for the thumbs up there. Then if the driver is missing a log, so you've got to score the driver on any missing logs when you're doing this for the MTO audit. This is how to conduct a mock audit, if you would. And then false daily log time. And I'm going to get to a slide in a second about all the different pieces of information MTO uses to conduct their audits and why. But if it's false, you double the time, which obviously is going to hurt you in the log audit process. And then the secret here, you examine each day of the month by comparing the receipts, the bridge tolls, the fuel, the accommodations, the meals, the telephone, the GPS, any other documents that the auditor can get a hold of, or you as the trucking company auditor gets a hold of, and then you compare them to the daily log. And as I said back here, if it's false, you double the time when it exceeds 2 hours. So a false log that exceeds 2 hours, you actually double the time. So if it was 2 hours and 1 minute, that would be 4 hours and 2 minutes, which would really hurt. So you compare it all to the documents that you can, and then when you find falsifications or mistakes, When that exceeds 10% for the month, then the driver has lost all 90 points that are available in the audit. So you add up the on-duty time for the month, and let's say it was 4 times 7, 280 hours. So if the falsification or the mistakes was greater than 28, which obviously is 10%, then you score a 0. So pretty big. All right, so that's the 3 components. That's very quick on how to do your logbook audits. And again, the 3 components are the maintenance, the qualifications, records, and reporting, and the hours of service audit. What are we going to be talking about next week? We're going to get a little deeper into driver files and the different items. There's 2 things here about driver files. There's what does MTO require? Actually, probably 3. What does MTO require? What does MTO want to see? Because that's different than what's required. They have actually 2 classifications. They have, we want to see this, and then they also have a list of best practice items. So we're going to get into that, and then the week after that, we'll get into DOT driver files. So if you're crossing the border. So next week, we're going to be talking about driver files. And that is it for me, a short one this week. Just remember, when you are doing your logbook audits, because you do need to be doing logbook audits. When you are doing your logbook audits, make sure that you are checking to see that everything is lining up, get all your receipts and everything, and then if it's falsification of greater than 2 hours, that time is going to be doubled, which will really hurt you in the falsification component or in the on-duty hours component. And then if the on-duty hours, what you can prove the driver drove is greater than 10% of what the driver has reported, the driver loses all 90 points available for that segment of the audit. So hopefully you found that interesting. Thanks again for a thumbs up. I appreciate that. Again, please, in your suggestions, put your suggestions in the comments if you have a topic that you would like me to address. SMS is up. Oh, I know what was not there for some reason. I wanted to show you, I put it in the wrong file. Let me see if I can, because you do need to have your drivers sign off on one document. We'll cover it next week in driver files. That's what I'll do. All right, that's it for this week. Chris Harris, Safety Dog, is out.